Hello everyone, this is Matthew Yu from EAS Power BI team. First, I want to thank you so much for your support on Power BI. Because of your support, Power BI now is widely used in our organization and is growing this fast. So we recently received some requests that people want to automate their system reports leveraging Power BI. So this is why today we make this step-by-step tutorial to teach you how to do this with Power BI, and we found out Microsoft Flow is the perfect solution to make this happen. Okay, first, let's review some basic things on how this process works from the backend. Let's assume every day at 6 a.m. you schedule a report, your ServiceNow, to send out your report at 6 a.m. So every day, if the clock is now at 6, the system will generate a report, an Excel report, and it will attach to your Outlook email box. So this is now when Microsoft Flow kicks in, because this is a trigger condition that triggers Flow. What Flow will do is it will carry the file from your Outlook email box to OneDrive. So now OneDrive has an extra copy of your Excel file on the cloud. And let's say after 6 a.m. At 6:10, so Power BI will come in and fetch data from your OneDrive. And after Power BI fetches the data, it will refresh itself. So every day before you come to the office before 7 a.m., all your data will be the latest. And let's talk about some limitations on how this works about this. So the first thing is, of course, your system, either SAP, Workday, or ServiceNow, it can send you the data with the email attachment, because this is the trigger condition for Microsoft Flow. And the second thing is the size limitation is less than 25 megabytes. Why 25 megabytes? It's very easy, because for email, the maximum attachment size is 25 megabytes. If your data is too big, the email will not even triggered. So the third thing is your file cannot be XLS file. This is a limitation for Power BI, and I hope they can improve this in the future. So right now we recommend SLX and CSV file. Those two will definitely works. And what is all the scope of this video? So the first is we are not going to discuss some workarounds about the above limitations, so we can have separate discussions. And the second thing is, because in this video, I'm going to use ServiceNow as an example, so I'm not going to discuss the detailed information about how to make ServiceNow reports. And the third thing is, I'm not going to discuss the detailed information about how to make Power BI reports and how to make those charts, how to make different measures. So you will see, like, I will skip some of this work during this video. And this is how the step works. First, to set up, we just need to go over to the 6 steps. It will be really easy and quick. So the first thing is, I'm going to use ServiceNow as the example. It can be your other system like SAP. So we're first going to set up and trigger the reports. And the second thing is, the second one is optional. It is for your folder to be better organized, and we will set up our email folder and add rules to those special trigger reports. And the third thing is, we're going to set up Flow for the trigger condition. And the fourth thing is, you want to test if your report and your Flow works good. After it is passed, now you can go to Power BI to design your beautiful reports. And the last thing is, in the ServiceNow, you need to set up your Power BI refresh schedule. And that's pretty much it. In the first step, we're going to set up our system schedule reports. So here, I'm using ServiceNow as an example. So you might use another system, so you can skip this step. So here, with ServiceNow, I'm going to find my report. And my report name is this demo report for Flow. I'm going to open this one. And now I'm going to set up this report schedule by clicking here. And I want to run this report daily at maybe 12:30 a.m. All right. So the subject will be demo report for Flow, and I'm going to send to my email box. And the data type is XLSX. I can click submit. And now the request has been submitted, and I can see my schedule reports from here. Type in the name, and okay, here it is. And it is good function that I could try to execute now. The second step is optional. It is better for our email box to be more organized, and later for your flow to be better track which folder to go to. So here I received this report because I use execute now, so I received my report. So here I can create a new folder, and maybe you can name the folder to whatever you want, even like a demo folder. And for this example, I'm going to use my ServiceNow folder here. All right, so with this report, I'm going to set up a rule. So I click Home, and I click Rules, and I click Create Rule. So because I already know in the previous step, I know that my subject will always contain demo report for Flow. So I'm going to check this, and this is my rule condition. And when this happens, I'm going to move this report into my service desk folder, and then I click OK. So the next time when this report with this demo report for Flow comes in, Microsoft Outlook will ultimately put this email into my service desk folder. So now, like everything, will be in this one for sure. In this step, we're going to set up Flow and its trigger conditions. So first, I'm going to go to my OneDrive, and I'm going to create a folder as the destination of my email attachment. So I'm going to create a new folder called ServiceNow report. All right, it is in here. And we want to go to flow.microsoft.com to go to the main page of Microsoft Flow, and please sign in with your @thermofisher.com email address as the account. If you have trouble looking, if this address is too long for you, you can also go to Office 365 and click this menu and find Flow here to get in as well. All right, so here we're going to create our trigger condition. So here we want to go to the templates because people already created this for us. It will be very easy. There are a lot of really cool receipts. You can check them. Like some of them are pretty cool. But today we're going to focus on this one. This one is called Save Office 365 Email Attachment to OneDrive for Business. This is perfect for us. And I'm going to click this template, and it gives me some basic information about how this works. And for here, it says to use this template, you have to grant the permission from your Outlook and your OneDrive for Business. If your screen is different from you see here, you just need to grant the permission to Flow. It just like click yes, will be fine. And here we're going to click Create Flow, and the system will create a template for us. And the next step is we're going to customize our flow. So here we click the manage. And this one, 11 seconds ago, is the one I just created. So I'm going to click here to get in here to do some modification on customization. Here it says on new email. I click here, and it shows me all my email folders. Because I know we already set up the rule that this email attachment will go to my service desk folder. So I'm going to look for my service desk folder. All right, found it. All right, so this is a really basic trigger condition. So it says on new email. The folder is service desk. So there will be applied to the attachment of the email. here it says create file. So right now, you can see here, it says email attachment from Flow. This is a folder path that will be in my OneDrive, but I'm going to change that to a different folder. I'm going to go to root, and it's loading. I'm going to select the one I just created, the ServiceNow report. All right, and this is basically it. That's everything. So I set up. So when the email comes to my service desk folder, so it will create a file in ServiceNow report folder. And now I click upload, update flow. And now it is saving. So your flow is updated. And to close, click down. I'm going to click here. In this step, we're going to test if our flow works. So here, I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm just pretending now it's 12:30, and I'm going to send the report by clicking this execute now. So now it's 10:29 p.m. All right, so if everything works, this report will first go to my ServiceNow folder. And let's wait for a second for the report to come in. And after the report goes into the service desk folder, and Flow will pick this up and put this file into my OneDrive. And now let's see our destination folder. My ServiceNow report folder is empty. So let's wait for a second. And now at 10:31 p.m. I received this report. I actually triggered twice, so I have 2 emails here. And let me go to my OneDrive folder, and I go to my ServiceNow report, and it just automatically showed up in my OneDrive. So this means the test is successful. And one of the cool thing is, because I triggered 2 emails, but in the end, Flow will just keep the latest file. So whenever I comes in from here, this one is always the latest file I see. And if your Flow doesn't work really well, you can double check your logic to see like if your folder is set correctly and if the file folder is correctly. And if you can also, if you want, you can add more conditions and make it like more complicated and update your flow, and maybe just wait for 10 minutes for the system to synchronize. If your test is successful, congratulations. Now we're at our final steps of making our report. So now we're going to launch our Power BI desktop. After launching this, we're going to click Get Data to find our source. So here, we are not going to click Excel and CSV. What we're going to use is called Web, W-E-B. And the icon here looks like a little globe. Click Connect. And now the system will ask for a web address. So in order to do so, we are going to go to our OneDrive. I'm going to right-click Mine and click View Online. So if you cannot find this, you can also, from here, and go to OneDrive to look for your OneDrive location. All right. So I'm going to my ServiceNow report. Now I have 2 files. Remember, let me repeat this again. We cannot use XLS at this moment. It is not really good at this moment. So now I'm here is going to use CSV file or XLSX file. So this is one I'm going to use. I'm going to click this file and open this in my Excel online. And after this is my file, how that looks like. What I'm going to do is on the top right, there's a button called Edit Workbook. I'm going to click this, and here the first option is Edit in Excel. I'm going to click here, and now this web will launch my Excel 2016. Your version maybe 2010, 2013, it doesn't matter, it's the same. I'm going to click Open. And now this file is opened in my Excel. All right, here. So after it's launched in Excel, depending on your version, click your File tab. At your File tab, there's an info. And below here, you can see it, if you hover your mouse, the little square around it, this is the path of your file. Depending on your version, this square may be at different places. What you want to do is to left click here, and there's a thing called copy path to clipboard. Click here to copy the path. Again, go to the file and find this little path and click here and click copy path to clipboard. This is what we're going to use. Let's go back to Power BI. This is the web. I'm going to paste this into my text box. And I'm going to delete everything, including the question mark, after this question mark. So I'm going to delete everything here. So in the end, there'll be something.csv. Again, I'm going to paste this. I'm going to delete everything after the question mark, including the question mark. I'm going to click OK. Now, Power BI is connecting to my OneDrive. And this is how my file looks like. And yes, this looks pretty good. I'm going to click Load to load my file. And if you're a Power BI user, you already know that you can edit your queries to do some different like data modeling for your data. And I'm just going to start to create some report. And like here, because for the demo purpose, I'm just going to create some simple ones. And maybe like a bar chart, how many tickets in this queue, and how many tickets we have here, and by assigned to, and how many tickets we're making, and the approval status, and maybe a bar chart. All right, so now, okay, I make a Power BI report. Your report will be better than mine for sure. This is a demo, so I'm not going to make a super fancy report. So after I'm done with my report, I'm going to save this. Maybe the name here is, today is May 15, 17, and I'm going to click report. This is my report name. Your report name could be like, let's just name it ServiceNow report flow. I'm going to click save. And I'm going to publish this report to my Power BI workspace. Please remember to log into your account because I already logged in, so the system didn't ask me to do that. So now it is publishing. Let's wait for a second. Okay, it is done. I'm going to click open my ServiceNow report for Flow in Power BI. So now this report will show up on my Power BI Cloud. You can also go to powerbi.com and click sign in to go to your workspace. Either way it will work. All right, this is my report. It looks the same as my desktop version. The final step is I'm going to set up my Power BI Cloud version to trigger the refresh. So, okay, I found this. Enter, I'm going to click my workspace. Enter my data. There will be one that we just made. It's called ServiceNow report for Flow. Okay, found it here. I'm going to click here, click the three dots, or right click here. There's one thing called schedule refresh. I'm going to click this tab. Now it goes to my refresh tab for this one. So now you can see this is connected directly to my OneDrive. And of course, I need to give this my data source credential. Your data source credential, you click edit, and let's use auth2 method. Again, select auth2 method, and let's go sign in. In the sign-in, you just need to log in your account. And again, with your Thermo Fisher email address and your computer password, it will be fine. And now it's thinking, yes, everything's updated and set up. And I can schedule my refresh. I can turn this on for once a day, maybe at, like before I go to the office, 3 a.m. Okay, I'm going to click, if it fails, send a notification to me, and I'm going to click apply. Now Power BI has scheduled the refresh. The last thing is I'm going to do a little test to see if that works. So what I want is, again here, ServiceNow report for flow, right click, and I'm going to click this refresh now. So you see here, it is testing my refresh. It is do an immediate trigger to see like if it can refresh. And let's wait for a second, because now Power BI Cloud is connecting to my OneDrive, fetch the data, and updating my report. So let's wait for it works. Okay, it seems like it finished. I click my refresh history, and it says my on-demand on 10:55 p.m. is completed. That's it. That's everything, which means my task is successful. And now my ServiceNow schedule is set up. Power BI is set up. Flow can pick up the file. This is everything. Congratulations, and that's it. Now you have completed everything, and you just need to sit there, and the report will refresh every day automatically for you. So yes, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a message at this Yammer feed or send us an email. Thank you.